Calder United, who will go through their starting lineup. In fact, the lineup, of course, with the interchange bench being unlimited today. 21, Jenna Ibrahim. Number 22, Sarah LORCA. Number 24, Caitlin O'Brien. Number 25, Alicia EICKE. And tell me if I'm saying these wrong, by the way, 26, Sarah DENUCCI. Number 28, Alana BURN. Number 32, Raquel DERALAS. Number 33, Alicia HERRERA. I hope the referee gives me enough time to get through all these, of course, with the big squad. 34, Ava GROBA. Number 35, Soliana HABTOM. Number 36, Julia CARTWRIGHT. Number 37, Gemma Beninka. Number 39, Charlotte NEMTSAS. Number 40, Ashley Giordano. And number 41, Alyssa BRITTEN. Number 42, TALEVSKI, who I've got there twice for some reason. And number 43, Hailee MESITI. And for South Melbourne, number 16, Alana Juliano. Number 17, Rachel Jarvis. Number 24, Laura Boyd. Number 25, GURR. Number 26, Catherine FORTE-ODDO. Number 27, Claire Singleton. Number 29, Eva Harrington. Number 30, Chloe Bellingham. Number 32, Renee LASZCZAK. Number 33, Victoria ARGYROPOULOS. Number 34, Zoe HARACTSIS. Number 35, Lexi ANASTASSIOU. Number 36, Catherine VLAHOPOULOS. Number 40, Alexia KARATZIKOS. Number 41, Irene PARACKI. And number 44, Chelsea Blissett. Not too far away. Underway, the header there, coming from TALEVSKI. Headed down now by DERALAS. And if you are tuning in, of course, South Melbourne in the away kit, in the white, going from right to left on your screen. Calder United in the navy blue home strip. Seen down again by DERALAS. Second touch of the game already. Thought about taking it on there was MESITI. Now a throw from Blissett. Header over the top there from PARACKI. Going A over T there was LASZCZAK for South Melbourne. Back again for Ibrahim in goal. You can already see, Mark, definitely a probably obvious step up from the 15s to the 18s in terms of ball control and quality of play.
Yeah, some of the girls I've been lucky enough to work with, actually, in the seniors. We had there's 3 girls out there that were part of the squad that unfortunately lost last week against Geelong Galaxy. This girl being one, Alicia EICKE, which was great.
So tell us about the other 2.
Raquel DERALAS, who I think will win the Golden Boot for the comp. She had about 20 minutes in last week's loss to Geelong, which was a great opportunity for her. She's only 15 years old. Sarah LORCA, the other central defender, number 22. Also someone who's had a great year in this group and had little taste of seniors as well. They're going along all right, which is good.
You tend to see that a lot more, I think, in the female side of the game than the men's or the boys, in terms of the girls stepping up at a younger age. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean, being part of women's football for 10 years or so, it's something that I think, yeah, you're right, it is different, because I think for them it's almost like if it doesn't happen for them quick and early, then they end up falling out of the game. So the transition needs to be earlier and quicker for them. When I say them, I mean females.
Of course. Now coming back for Ibrahim again. Just takes a touch. Goes out to the left side of the field. Here come Calder United. Wanted to go route 1. They're looking for HERRERA.
This is Alana BURN. She's a handy little player that will play a little bit of seniors at some point next year.
Little ball through. It's worth certainly asking the question there. Giuliano mopping up for South Melbourne. Not happy with herself there is Ellie TALEVSKI, or El TALEVSKI I should say.
This South Melbourne side, Mark, as well, has got a couple of pretty good players that have played at good levels. Lexi ANASTASSIOU, I think, actually spent some time in a young Matildas camp over the last few years as well. So she's out there playing in this game as well, which is good.
Of course, women's football on a high at the moment. The Matildas, big crowds in Newcastle and Sydney in the last couple of weeks, 15 and 16,000, and of course the matches against China announced just last week by the Victorian government in Melbourne and Amy Park and also Geelong. And Melbourne does pride itself on being the sports capital. So hopefully another big crowd can turn up. I know Alan Stajic was hoping for 25,000 Amy Park. It's ambitious, but why not be at this stage? Ball in for South Melbourne. He's seen out pretty quickly here by EICKE. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly.
Yep, no, that's perfect.
There we go. Header there for Singleton for South Melbourne. Just dispossessed there was ARGYROPOULOS. Now here they come, Calder down the left flank. Ball into the middle. Looking here for MESITI. Back out again. Shot comes in. Well wide of the goal. That'll be a goal kick for South Melbourne. Good build up there for Calder United though.
Yeah, involving those couple of girls that I said that have had that senior experience. Raquel, DERALAS, Alana Burn, Alicia EICKE. They're the type of girls that we hope will influence this game.
Here they come again, Calder United right into the middle. Oh, just a ball through there, cheeky one from MESITI, just using the right boot there. Maybe could have taken a touch and really given Giuliano something to think about in goal.
Yeah, probably should have had that one touch and maybe got it on her left and get a little bit more comfortable and put it in that bottom corner. But yeah, a little bit good pressure by South in the end.
So Giuliano's had a bit to do in the opening 5 minutes here. Grand final day, carnival atmosphere out here at ABD Stadium, it must be said. Big day for girls, or women's football we should call it. Doing well now is NUCCI down the left, trying to link up with BRITTEN.
I'm really loving these pronunciations, Mark. They're fantastic, mate.
It's just taking me a while to find some of the names I've got to profess. Not an aficionado with under-18 women's NPL. To do some work with the Knights in the NPL, and even Altona, who gained promotion. Good ball there through from Herrera. Didn't find its target. South Melbourne will come the other way. Oh, just pocket absolutely picked, and now a shot on goal. Oh, just wide of the goal there. Giuliano was made to think. Shot coming in there from number 22. Is it Chelsea Blissett? Oh, in goal.
I think so. Oh, hang on.
No.
What number has she got?
Oh, hang on, that's my bad. We'll work that out in a second. Of course, I was stupidly thinking the lowest number, but that's obviously dumb, Mark, because it's part of the senior squad. So we'll make amends for that shortly. And I think you might be right, it is Chelsea Blissett.
No, I think it could even be Alexia KARATZIKOS.
Come on, Alexia, turn around for us. Lucky it's not live. Van Aken. Turn around. You gotta love those numbers on the front of the shorts that you can't actually make out.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the action. South Melbourne swinging a miss there. Now they're in on goal. Did well in the end. Ball coming through there from HARACTSIS. Chelsea just looking to clear there. Calder United, collision. Just put on her backside there. It was FORTE-ODDO. And now a ball in and just wide of the goal. And she does the business for us there. And pretty sure it says 46.
Theo, who's the keeper? Because the number doesn't match this. There you go.
Okay. They come again, Calder United. Good defence.
Hey,
good work again, Calder United.
Keeps calling.
All sorted, Mark. Well done.
There we go. Only 8 minutes into the game, we've got the keeper's name right.
This could be a dangerous set piece, by the way, Mark. We've been pretty good from these areas, Calder, so we'll see if we get something out of it.
Ball comes from Burn, right in the middle, goes to the far post. Still in play, Calder United, turning on a liberty bit. Still in play, 6-yard box, and into the arms of KARATZIKOS. Long one now, South Melbourne, they can attack. To PARACKI. She's held up quickly though by NUCCI. And the ball trickles over. Quick throw. Back into play down that right flank. Here comes ARGYROPOULOS. Called up. Get out of danger there through DENUCCI. He's been active early. Harrington. She's strong enough in the tackle. She's not, but the referee sees it her way.
Eva's a good little player. She was actually our caller last year, Eva Harrington. She's come back after what she probably should have been part of our squad last year, but came back and now is playing in the grand final side where she obviously missed out on being in our squad, but she's been lucky enough to bounce back.
Long one through, swing and a miss there for South Melbourne. And just mopped up in the end by KARATZIKOS.
That's right.
Called up. It's attacking down the right flank. Takes a deflection. EICKE. Back to IBRAHIM. Seen down. Now South Melbourne. In the middle of the park through ANASTASSIOU. Dispossessed again. Neither side really finding a rhythm. Calder United maybe just a little bit on top in the opening 10 minutes. Attacking the left flank now. And the whistle coming the way of Calder United in favour of Raquel DERALAS.
Yeah, Raquel's got to have a bright future in the game. She's, as I said, a 15-year-old kid, going to win the Golden Boot in this league in the under-18 comp as a 15-year-old. So she's coming along really well, and she's had a taste of senior football, which has been great. And hopefully she steps it up for her side today as well.
She's certainly been prominent early. As we tick into the 11th minute, it's a long way from goal, but Calder do set up for a set piece here. Plenty of numbers forward.
My bet, Mark, is this ball's going to land on the penalty spot. Sarah Lorca's quite precise with her delivery, and again a dangerous form of attack for us at Calder.
Doesn't quite make it, just makes it inside the 18-yard box. South Melbourne have a chance to attack. Just falling at an inappropriate time there, I think VLAHOPOULOS. And some of these Calder players are very strong in the tackle, which as a coach, Mark, you would no doubt love.
Definitely. We did a bit of work with the girls, make sure that they're up to as close to senior level as possible. They train a fair amount with their seniors as well, so we're trying to get them developed in a way where they're ready for senior football. Hence why they're probably a little bit more physical than most of the sides in the competition. And they've got a very aggressive coach, Ian Williamson, so...
Very aggressive. I think you're being polite there. That one coming off.
You'd remember your travels along the way with Ian Williamson, I'm sure?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Good ones, bad ones?
Well, just, yeah, they were experiences, that's for sure. Back in the days of FFP. Moving on. Here come Calder again. Going down that left-hand side, looking to unlock Britton. Seen away by the defence for South Melbourne. Britton will take the throw. In fact, she won't. Just gives it up there for DENUCCI. Kebabs flowing fast here at ABD Stadium.
Smell good.
Might have had a couple myself already. Calder United attacking the left side of the 18-yard box. Seen out there by the defence from Harrington. Now long down the right, but it's misguided. It's going to be intercepted here by LORCA. She's intercepted herself. Here she is again. LORCA on the ball. Went in for HERRERA. This one's wayward. Straight into the arms, or feet rather, of KARATZIKOS. One thing I've noticed today, not too many teams playing out from the back. Plenty of talk about the Socceroos and those tactics. Now South Melbourne, they're on. Through LASZCZAK, just trying to chip IBRAHIM in the goal, but IBRAHIM was wise to it. We talk about playing out from the back. Not a great first touch there from TALEVSKI. Might be made to pay by South Melbourne. Luckily for her, O'Brien mopped up. Now down the flank through MESITI. Just stepping over it. Too clever by half there, HERRERA, although she made amends. And now MESITI Right of the 18-yard box, straight into the box. Ooh. Almost not taken well there by KARATZIKOS. Did well on the end.
Yeah, probably perfectly in the keeper's hands. Probably should have taken it early. Hailee MESITI's delivery probably should have been a little bit better from our expectations. But South had a good little attack there and almost had a great chance.
So she's coming again here, is HERRERA. Causing a few headaches for South Melbourne in the opening quarter hour here. Called up through the middle, HERRERA again. Just that first touch eluding her. She will win the ball back here. Or she'll actually get the ball back to her, rather. All United can attack again. It's a long ball through. And KARATZIKOS takes it easily. And just as I say, they're not playing out from the back. She plays out from the back. Heavy touch on that one, but ARGYROPOULOS was up for it. Or maybe not. All United come again. MESITI. But that's not MESITI.
DERALAS.
DERALAS. That's why you're here, Mark.
Thank you.
DERALAS again, got some space, being tracked. Ooh, just good tackle in the end there by FORTE-ODDO. FORTE-ODDO. Not sure why I hyphenated that one. Long one out of the back there. KARATZIKOS. Out wide, nodded on there by MESITI. And she's done herself a mischief by the look of it. Didn't quite get that flush, just grabbing the forehead. That one comes off South Melbourne.
They've been pretty good battles, Mark, these games over the 4 games that we've played them. They've been, like, it's just too hard to say who's going to win, apart from that last game where Calder sort of took it out. But this game looks like it's pretty much like the ones that we first played, where it's even, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, well and truly. So we tick over the quarter hour mark. It's 0-0.
Oh, for that 1 second, mate, that was ticked off at the start of the game. Doesn't have an impact.
Well, we'll see. I want to start controversy here. Long one through there for Blissett. She's trying to connect with LASZCZAK. She couldn't. LASZCZAK trying to chase down IBRAHIM. IBRAHIM was quick of mind and foot. Good intercept there for Britten. Call to do here. Willing to come back, although the ball went over, so it will be a throw coming the Northwest Melbourne side's way.
I think they give it a free kick.
In fact, that probably makes a bit more sense. So they weren't that close to the touchline, were they? Long ball down the line, misses both the target and the opponent. 33
for South Mark as well. Vicky played pretty much the whole season in the seniors for South. Did a really good job.
To play in the?
I think as long as you're under 18 and that you've played at least.
It's not actually a reserves team, is it?
Yeah, as long as you've played 6 games, but I think you can have 4 overage players playing in this game today, as long as they've played the right amount of 6 games in the age group. But Vicky's, I think she's only 17, but she's a very, very good player, promising, good future. Had a good impact in the South Melbourne senior side at the start of the year, and she's just found herself in the 18s.
Any players out here we're likely to see in the W League this season or in the future?
Probably not this season. There's a couple of girls there that I think, just with what I see, that like Vicky, like we said, could be someone that could be a train on with a W League squad initially. Raquel DERALAS definitely. A couple of those girls definitely have that opportunity.
Here they come again, Calder. Shot. Oh, on the back of the net. If you don't mind.
DERALAS.
Absolute brilliant work there by Raquel DERALAS. Just went solo, and South Melbourne just didn't back. They just backed away. They parted the Red Sea, so to speak, for her, and they gave her an inch. She took a mile.
Yeah, Raquel has that knack to get herself into a situation where she can break through packs and get herself through tight areas and keep the ball nice and close to her feet. We've got huge raps on Raquel.
So in the 19th minute, we've got a goal. We were talking about how even this game was. You can hear the support here for Calder United and Raquel DERALAS. And And in a game that's been pretty even, although I've got to say Calder, probably in boxing parlance, would be winning on points. And now they're winning on the scoreboard, although the scoreboard doesn't reflect that at the moment.
And there's still only 8 minutes played in this half.
Oh, you're missing the one
there,
mate.
I can see the one, just.
So South Melbourne now, with the job in front of them. Ibrahim just clears on the edge of the 18-yard box. DERALAS, of course, one of the players you had pointed out pre-game. It's one to watch.
I think the good thing is just watching this at the moment, Calder and South. It's been a battle, I think, for both clubs all year in all age groups, and it's good to obviously showcase this. South's in here.
Now South Melbourne through the middle, straight in the mix though. Ibrahim in from the right of the 18-yard box. And Ibrahim, I think, got carried away there and almost ran over the 18-yard line. Just pulled herself back. High boot, or slightly high boot there from HARACTSIS. Here she is again. Brings it back for ANASTASSIOU. HARACTSIS. Swarming now. That's the problem when you give up an early goal. Just get your backs up a little bit. Maybe puts a few doubts in your mind. And of course, it makes Calder United chock full of confidence. And this one will now come all the way back. In fact, that was not a good pass at all. Had to be seen clear by KARATZIKOS. And another opportunity here for Calder United.
Yeah, again, throw-ins close to the box are dangerous. One of our other young girls, Charlotte, NEMTSAS, is actually on the bench at the moment. He's got a very long throw. We usually utilise that as a weapon. But actually, Alana might have something here. She might have something in the armour that she might pull out. Alana BURN.
Number 28, Alana BURN. Looking to
corner
affect
it is.
A set piece. It's definitely a corner. Calder United. Goes the far post, in fact goes right over the top, so not a great one at all. As you can probably see from that corner flag, if you saw that on the corner, there is a heavy breeze heading northerly here at the moment. Maybe not a heavy breeze, but certainly a bit of a breeze. Again, my weather report for you. Jane Bunn kind of style.
Impressed, mate. Really impressed, Mark.
First time today I've had to get the old whooping cough out.
Jane Bunn does that to you?
She does. Just seeing it over the line there with Singleton. In fact, she's conceded the corner. Wasn't quite sure if she'd taken a touch on it. And not in any great hurry at the moment, Calder United to take the corner.
He's got something planned here, Ian, and I've never seen this one done before. He's got a couple of girls sitting on that front post, two of them.
He does.
I don't know what he's going to do here. This could be something interesting.
Could be. Although it doesn't go near post. Bobbles around. Still in danger here, South Melbourne. First touch, second touch, third touch, turns. Still not out of harm's way, South Melbourne. Calls of handball. I didn't see it myself, and they just need to clear it here, South Melbourne. As Bruce McAvaney said a few times yesterday, which I still don't really know what he meant, a bubbling ball. He used that term about 19 times throughout the game. But if there is a bubbling ball, that was the one we just saw there. And I tell you what, living dangerously there, South Melbourne.
Yeah, again, the pressure that the girls Calder put on at the moment is looking pretty good from our half.
Back in the middle, not quite cleared. That was actually a half clever ball, but only went as far as O'Brien. Now EICKE. Out in the left flank for Britten. They go further wide again, Calder. Come back inside, Britten. Trying to turn on a dime. Couldn't quite do it. Now BURN looks to square it up. Seen out, will it be another corner? No, it stays in play. BURN back in the 18-yard box. South Melbourne. Well, I'm not a coach myself, Mark, but I reckon they sometimes just need to clear that ball as quickly as possible. Don't worry about the fancy stuff.
Sometimes, Mark, that's something that's the girls don't understand. You tell them just clear your lines, just get the ball out of the area rather than try and play with it a little bit. Just get rid of it. And
Uxel, as the South Melbourne fans would say, Uxel. Get it the bloody hell out of here. That's a quick conversion of that one into English for you.
Brilliant, Mark.
Another corner, straight in the middle, over the top netting. And for a second, I think some of the fans thought that might have been in. But in the end, KARATZIKOS knew what was going on there. She'll take the goal kick. And some substitutions coming. Of course, unlimited subs today in the under-18s grand final, PS4, National Premier Leagues. And I'm not even going to try and go through them all because it's always like watching an ice hockey game.
Yep, a good concept though with the scattered substitutions for the league, having certain times that certain subs can be made rather than just bringing players on and off whenever the hell they want. This is pretty good because it's actually strategic at a certain time it's got to be done, which is good from a coaching perspective but also good from the playing perspective.
Certainly gives everyone a chance, and it maybe takes a little bit of pressure off the coaches, I guess, and they have to, we know how tactical that can be, making your subs. Ultimately, this is a development league, just like all our junior leagues. That one hit hard and fast. Oh, the save coming there for KARATZIKOS. Had to go at full stretch.
I thought it might have been a great save as well. I think it was a save, Mark. I think you were right, spot on.
Maybe the refs missed that. Yeah. I reckon that didn't come off the post, but anyway.
It was a really good save.
Either way, great instincts there from KARATZIKOS. Great clearance though. 25 minutes gone in the game. It's been a quick 25 minutes too. It's been high octane here at ABD Stadium. Don't let anyone say your women's football isn't exciting. It's certainly been going at full pace here in the opening 25 or 26 minutes. Out here in Broady. Cleared there by Harrington. But they just can't get in their own half.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
At the moment,
they're just struggling to get past that half of a half and trying to get into that situation.
And there it is again.
Calder's doing really well.
TALEVSKI was the one chopping it off that time. Although deflection, of all things, gives South Melbourne at least half a chance. EICKE. And they'll come again, although South Melbourne might get there first. They do, via HARACTSIS. HARACTSIS looking for a passing lane, goes long. Just a little shove off there from Giuliano, who I assure you was not the goalkeeper. And I thought she might have misjudged that, but she actually did quite well with her body work there. Just ball went a little high, and I tell you what, IBRAHIM just flirting with danger on the 18-yard line there.
Fancy feet by Ali there. What do you reckon?
Too clever by half, as I like to say a few times throughout the game.
She might have done her ankle,
She's actually hurt herself. Anyway, back on play. Here comes O'Brien, although dispossessed in the end. And now South, there is a player down in the form of TALEVSKI. And she's not in a good way, and the ball might go out here at will.
She's had some issues with his ankle about 6 to 7 weeks ago. I reckon she might have rolled that same ankle. Hopefully it doesn't take her out of the grand final, but looks like it doesn't look that great actually.
If you hear a dog barking in the background, that's me.
Oh, it was that German Shepherd that was just up there, mate.
No, it's funny. On my daily football show podcast, my wife often tells me, why don't you turn your microphone off when you cough? And I said, I do. It's getting picked up by the other microphones. It's that loud. I sound like a Doberman. And this is not looking good at all for TALEVSKI. And, well, Calder United certainly taking the opportunity to head towards the bench and maybe get some advice from the gaffer. South Melbourne gathering themselves in the middle of the ground.
I've got to see where our physio is. Hang on, what is she doing?
Who's out there with her?
That's Mel.
It's right with stoppages like this because we're not live. We can just shut up.
I'm going to just ring Cindy.
Yeah, go for it.
Are we back?
Back underway. Ball thrown back in there for LORCA. We'll send it back down the way of KARATZIKOS. South Melbourne now look to attack through GURR. She'll take the throw. Short option here is LASZCZAK. She went for her. However, EICKE got in the way. Just on the half-hour mark. Calder United 1, South Melbourne 0. All just overrun there. In fact, that was handball. It was Rachel Jarvis, the offender there for South Melbourne.
Rachel Jarvis, good player, actually came from, I think, through the Ashburton sort of system. Moved over to the South, and I think he might have had a few senior games actually this year. She's a good little player.
Short one taken by IBRAHIM. Great touch and turn coming there for Calder United. That one coming
Raquel
by DERALAS, of course, our goal scorer. Just trying to link through down the right. Didn't quite work out, but that was class. And she's again, DERALAS. V Jarvis. Jarvis, ball back down. Harrington. Should have backed myself. I thought it was Harrington. South Melbourne again. They just need to clear the ball here. And now South come. Giuliano turns it over again. Just can't quite get that link from midfield into their attacking third. Although they're on here now, South Melbourne. Offside. And the flag goes up for offside. Up against Renee LASZCZAK. Calder, low one through the middle. Referee just had her hand up there, letting everyone know she was around.
I think she might have been checking the weather.
She might have been. Good work again, albeit temporarily by DERALAS. Just seems to be a cut above out there today. Just trying to find Jarvis. Didn't quite make it for South Melbourne. Here come Calder United again. Using the full width of the park here through GROBA. Back now through Cartwright. Here's Cartwright again. There's a player on though. Giuliano looking for Jarvis. Not a great pass. First touch is okay there for Calder United. Late tackle there on DERALAS from Giuliano. Ball just trickles over. It will be a throw coming the way of Calder United. Play to take it will be Caitlin O'Brien. She's got DERALAS short. And another substitution, or a couple of substitutions coming for South Melbourne.
There it was.
There comes the Doberman. As a wasp flies by. It's one of my phobias. And my brother-in-law always says, mate, look at the size of you, look at the size of him. I said, yes, there's more of me to sting. Anyway, throw now comes.
I can understand now how Ben Shelton got along with you so well. I can understand.
Top of the box, not good work there for Calder, although it's followed up now. One of the players is coming off the bench there. Was GROBA. In fact, GROBA's been on since the start, so I'll correct myself there.
No, she's come on.
EICKE.
Yeah, she's come on. I think that's just a full squad list, actually.
Yeah, because we don't get the starting list purely because of the sub situation. Now, should I stay or should I go? Says KARATZIKOS. She stayed. and she judged it well. 10 minutes to play, or 10 minutes and a little bit to change here in the first half. PS4 NPL Under 18 Grand Final. Coming out there for South Melbourne was HARACTSIS. Again, just couldn't quite affect the clearance. HABTOM, definitely one of the subs who've come on. She's trying to take on two here, and she does well, and she wins the corner.
She's got a lot about her, Solly. We call her Solly. She's only a young one, only 15 as well, but had a fantastic impact. Back her in front of girls more so than probably many of these girls. Actually, she's very good. Good young head on her shoulders.
Soliana HABTOM, one to watch throughout the next hour or so of football. Haven't done super well with their corners so far. Called in. That one's close. Came up the crossbar. Still in play. Will it get in the back of the net? It does. And scoring there for Calder United is Alicia EICKE. It was bobbling around. It was bubbling around, as Bruce McAvaney would say. And Alicia EICKE just caught the South Melbourne defence at 6s and 7s, and they double their advantage.
Got the final touch on that last scramble, I guess, in the box, and did well. Did really well in it. 2-0.
2-0 indeed. The 36th minute here. And that makes South Melbourne's task, to state the bleeding obvious, doubly hard. As we've said throughout the season, South Melbourne shared the spoils, a couple of wins and a draw. Then, of course, in the qualifying final, it was Calder United getting the chocolates. And so far today, they've been on top. South Melbourne have barely made Jenna IBRAHIM move off her spot. And that was scrappy stuff from Calder United, but scrappy stuff that ended in a goal.
As I said, set pieces, always pretty dangerous we are, so I think in that situation there, Calder got themselves the rewards.
Certainly those corners have really landed on the spot. You even see in the W League sometimes they fail to hit the mark. In fact, you see in the A League plenty of times they fail to hit the mark, so it's certainly been a strong point of Calder United's game so far today. And just a hushed silence. I think the majority of fans here, and it's a healthy crowd, wouldn't be South Melbourne. A lot of Calder United fans to our right. But just a hush, that kind of hush where Calder know they're in a pretty comfortable position, in South Melbourne wants squeaky bum time. Coming out here is O'Brien. Been solid at the back so far. Being tracked by Giuliano. It's Giuliano now. Wins the ball. Through the middle. Blissett. Spreads it out wide. Looking for ARGYROPOULOS.
Caitlin O'Brien, an interesting little story, Mark, comes from Ballarat or Bendigo way. Travels an hour and 45 minutes to come to training 3 nights a week. Very committed girl, and is getting the rewards obviously out of it, which is great. Another one for the future, 16-year-old kid. So huge signs there as well.
Some more subs coming, or a sub coming for South Melbourne. Leaving the park momentarily. Here's ARGYROPOULOS. The player coming on, I'm pretty sure, is Lauren Boyd. Boydie, as they call it. Loz. LB. LB, a leg before. Maybe not. On ball down. Coming out to meet it there was LORCA for Calder United. Just looking to link up there with HABTOM. Did well again to DERALAS. DERALAS again. I wouldn't go that way if I were you. Ball will come back now through LORCA. IBRAHIM off that line, but judged it well. Almost a clash of bodies there, but doing very well again was LORCA. Comes out to DERALAS, who's everywhere at the moment. to link there with Britton. Now Britton can get onto it. In fact, it's the one they call Solly. Can't quite control it. South Melbourne looked to counter. That first touch was not fantastic, and the second one wasn't any better.
He's still finding it hard to get past that halfway line. The young South
Is that the pattern we've seen in the other games? I mean,
the 13th
well, obviously
game,
not during the season. So.
oh, sorry, in the no, not really. Like the prelim, yes. The league games, probably not so.
Good touch there. Inside from Cartwright. Now for the middle. DERALAS. Can she get a brace? She's getting in harm's way, or out of harm's way, rather. Zoe HARACTSIS.
Good tackle. Good final tackle there.
DERALAS is causing some headaches for South Melbourne this afternoon. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. South Melbourne would dearly love to go into the sheds with one back.
Alana taking her time, mate.
Yeah, they've got the 2-goal advantage. Well, there's a long way to go in this game. Alana BURN is in absolutely zero hurry to get onto this corner very quickly.
It is a decent little crowd, isn't it? A few people around.
Grandstand pretty much full. Ball straight at the far post. In fact, it was just too much on that one. Well, they called up. We'll live to see another day here via Cartwright. Into the box and then into the arms of KARATZIKOS. Juliano really should have at least trapped that.
Could be in here.
She comes through. They put him well off her line. Judges it well. It's a good ball out there to LORCA. Now they come again down the left via Cartwright. Looking there for HABTOM.
Game's just dropped a little bit. Last couple of minutes, what do you reckon?
As a little bit, I think both teams are quite happy to get to half-time. Well, certainly South, to state the bleeding obvious, don't want to concede another goal, and Calder probably don't want to concede an opening goal either. Calder, though, still continue to keep that ball in their attacking half. In fact, they're attacking third. And DERALAS, is she fouled there? She is, and the referee wants to have a chat. In fact, might be pulling out a card. She has. I think that one may be on O'Brien. No, it won't be O'Brien.
If Alana hits this well enough mark, I think it will go close.
Just trying to spot the player that copped the yellow there. Was it Blissett for South Melbourne? Maybe
20.
Anyway, we'll work it out in a sec. When she turns around for us.
Yeah.
In fact, it was 29, I'm pretty sure. So Eva Harrington, maybe.
Bit of spice there from her old teammate.
Yeah, it didn't seem there was too much in that, to be honest.
No.
But anyway, referee laying down the law. Now the ball rockets in. It's on target, or sort of. In the kind of Gaelic football style, it was on target. It just floated over the top of the goal. Gave KARATZIKOS and the South Melbourne defence something to think about for a moment or two. Just seen out there by O'Brien. The girl from Bendigo or possibly Ballarat. Some big country town starting with B. Down the line it goes. Jarvis just trying to skin O'Brien there. Had her for a sec. O'Brien again controls it the first and second time, but ultimately not the third time. Juliano.
Jarvis has looked like the lively one. Just caught offside there. She's looked like the most lively one out of the South girls, and Juliano probably.
Just lacking a bit of composure at South. When they do get forward, just Juliano in particular, I think is just maybe panicking a little bit. Maybe that's the swarming defence of Calder United coming through. Long ball comes down, intercepted by the South Melbourne defence. Now a header, but it's over the line. Header coming there from...
That was Singleton, I think that was.
Thank you for bailing me out there.
Nice.
It was Claire Singleton, you're correct. Now for the middle of the park. Aikie, now the left-hand side. DeNucci. He's lively early. Ball intercepted there by HARACTSIS. Still HARACTSIS on the ball. Again, just dishing the ball up though.
She's looked their most solid player, Mark, in the back. She looks pretty solid actually in this game at the moment. Probably could be a lot worse.
And the referee signals half-time here in the PS4 NPL Under-18 Victorian Grand Final. Going into half-time, it's Calder United leading South Melbourne 2-0. Back underway, second half action here in the PS4 NPL Under-18 Women's Grand Final. And it was all Calder United in the first half, taking a 2-0 lead into the break. South Melbourne really struggling to break down the Calder United defence. There was goals to Raquel DERALAS in the 19th minute, and then Alicia EICKE in the 36th that doubled the advantage for Calder United. And South Melbourne sneak an early goal here in the second half, just to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Mark Van Aken with you in commentary. My co-host, of course, being the Calder United senior coach, just had a few duties at half-time. He'll be joining me shortly. Now they attack through HABTOM. HABTOM again, we'll get on the end of this one. Left side of the 18-yard box. Takes a couple of touches. Just trying to skin inside the South Melbourne defence. And oh, good save there by KARATZIKOS. And that could have been curtains for South Melbourne this afternoon. It was squared up there from HABTOM into, I think it might have been GROBA. You can see the senior teams for the grand final already getting ready.
Yes, don't remind me.
Here he is.
Don't remind me.
Here he is, my sidekick. He's back.
Couple of inspirational words I try to give down there. I don't know if it worked.
I'm always bemused, even watching the AFL Grand Final yesterday, when it's, you know, you've been training for basically 8 months, 9 months. You've trained all week, yet he's still got that speech to give before the game. It's like, well, what on earth could you say that hasn't been said 1,000 times?
That's you know, that's funny you say that. Last week when our seniors played Geelong Galaxy, at one point I was actually lost for words at the start of the game, because it's almost like, well, you've heard my voice all year. It's not going to change. It's the same.
I've got to say,
message.
I was lucky enough back in the day working for 442 magazine to get inside the rooms at a, you know, fly on the wall experience inside the rooms back in the Olympic Park days. It might have been season 2 of the league, and I was really surprised by the lack of the rah in the rooms pre-game, and spoke to Ernie Merrick post-game. And I barked like a dog. And I said, yeah, I was really surprised. He goes, well, you know, we've been training all week. We've gone through it all. They know the plans. Like, you know, it's
not much else.
If I need to say it half an hour before kickoff, well, I should have already said it before. So there's a good point. And then it was, of course, a championship season for the Melbourne Victory. Back to the action here. Ball through there. Girls should be forced to tie their hair up so I can see their numbers. That's my rule. This is now EICKE just tracking it down and seeing it out, being chased there by Blissett.
Back in those 4-4-2 days, Mark. Johnny Iontwano?
Well, he was actually Soccer International.
Okay. Did you have much to do with
took over. No, I had a lot to do with John. In fact, I still do. And I actually took over at Soccer International from John. And then, ironically, John went to 4-4-2.
What's Johnny doing these days? Anyway,
John is a property writer and actually do a little bit of work with him. So
good man. Good man, Johnny.
He's a good bloke. He's got about 14 kids now.
Has he?
I think he's on his third. Anyway, let's get back to this. Let's hope there's no highlights now. Although I always thought it was funny he calls himself Iron Twino when it's in untrial. But anyway.
Yep.
And again, I'm Van Aken when I should be Van Aken, so let's move on. Ball back now for Ibrahim.
They're showing something South at the moment.
Yep, it's a good start to the second half. Just curled around, but straight in the midst of Ibrahim. The attacker there was Giuliano.
I'll be interested to see, Mark, if the instructions that were given down there at half-time come into effect now from the caller girls, having to listen to the thoughts and ideas.
DERALAS had a good touch again. Been dangerous so far today. That one will probably run. And the only advice there I give Sarah LORCA comes from Johan Cruyff, and he just knew when to run and not to bother. And that one was pretty much always going to run over the line. Now South Melbourne, they attack through PARACKI, through the middle. And shot just wide of the goal there. Hands flailing around there.
Most promising attack there from, that's been
for
their best
South
attack
Melbourne
there
for sure.
South, yeah. The who's who of the senior football coming in, the senior games. Alex Gummer, Lisa Devana I saw turn up.
Of course, with South Melbourne. Corner comes in. South Melbourne get a touch just wide of the goal, out to the left. Just lurking there was GURR. In fact, they win themselves another corner here, South Melbourne.
Can also be dangerous on the set pieces, South Melbourne, especially now they've got a little bit of momentum coming in.
Only 5 or 6 minutes into the second half. They've certainly been a lot more sprightly than they were for the opening 45. Ball straight through the middle. Ibrahim takes a touch, and that's probably another corner. No, the goal kick. Ball was over the line, says the referee or the assistant referee. Either or, potato, potato.
I say good call.
Of course
There
you
to
do.
call the person.
And I'm a South Melbourne person, so this is a biased call perhaps, but I've got to say it's been all quarter so far. Though South Melbourne starting the second half well. Ibrahim's going to be quick here. Good attack there by Jarvis. Chested down by DERALAS. Out
so
to HABTOM.
clean.
And that was pinpoint from HABTOM. Not an excellent first touch by any stretch there from Britten. HABTOM still in the mix. South Melbourne have a chance to counter. Down the line.
Shot for a
And
line
now they
here.
come. PARACKI. And as you just said, spotted off her line there was Ibrahim. Maybe just needed to be wise to that and just tried to chip her.
Yeah. A little bit, try to be a little bit too cute. I think there should be just a simple little chip over the top.
Sometimes I think players too are just a bit too, I don't know, the heart's pumping too much just to take a touch. Sometimes, yes, players are upon you, just take a touch, give yourself an extra second. I know sometimes that means you've got a man on, you might get tackled, but it also just gives you an extra second to size up the situation.
It's a bit like that comment, the comment made before, just about the girls knowing when to clear your lines and knowing to make that decision. And just sometimes you have to keep getting into the girls' heads and reminding them in these type of situations. And Ian Williamson, the coach over there, is one that keeps reminding these girls of certain things too. So, and in his own way.
Ibrahim wasn't the greatest little pass out there for LORCA. As Kenny Rogers said, Mark, you've got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Know when to walk away and know when to run.
Don't know if many of these girls, Addy, would know who Kenny Rogers is.
I wouldn't have thought so.
But I sure do. One of Dad's
Gee whiz.
finest. Not me, Dad's.
Cheerio to the folks out at High Point who opened up the Kenny Rogers roasted chicken place. It lasted about 5 weeks. Probably only cost about $250,000 to fit the place out.
You are out of control, you are, I'll tell you now.
No, you obviously don't listen to a lot of Melbourne Knights NPL commentary.
No, I think I will from now on.
Jarvis. Lee won the battle of wills there. Now Habton. Through the middle. Can DERALAS get there? She can't. Good header through, although only as far as Harrington for South Melbourne. And Jarvis just going down there in that collision with EICKE. Not much doing though. Referee certainly didn't think so either. Cleared by South Melbourne, and now all of a sudden called to United. 10 minutes into this second half. Just turning the tide a touch. Dinky ball through from LORCA. Can she follow it up? Harrington's under pressure and sees it out.
Yeah, good work there from Sarah LORCA, coming right up from the halfway line, trying to create an attack. And won herself a corner in that corner, in the deep corner.
It's the best place to get a corner.
Throw in, I meant. Oh. I thought that was our offer too, Mark, but obviously it wasn't.
Snack pack, that's fine.
It wasn't our offer.
I thought I was your snack pack.
Thank God this is not live.
You have to. Well, I'd probably behave a little better if it was live. Only a little bit. Ball in the corner there.
How did the Melbourne Knights go this year? I know they didn't do too well on the...
No, they just avoided relegation with their playoff against whatever Chelsea Hadouk are called these days.
Dandy something.
That's the one. So they stayed up. But the club Altona Magic were promoted up into NPL 2. 5-time NPL champs, back where they belong, or not quite.
Probably one more league. Men. Probably one more league above they need to be in.
They do.
And then everyone will be happy.
Absolutely. Just tumbling down there was Jarvis. Now through for the pocket rocket. VLAHOPOULOS. And Jarvis doesn't mind going to ground.
Probably the way the game's just come now, it's probably the way Calder wanted it. They had it, I guess South had probably a little bit of a rush for 5 or 10 minutes. It's probably just going to settle down again, and hopefully they get back to basics, the girls.
DERALAS, impressive again. They ultimately kind of lost the handle there, as did Cartwright. And now out in the right comes VLAHOPOULOS, and it's just going to run a little too far for her. Kathryn VLAHOPOULOS, well and truly the smallest player out in the pitch.
Came from Heidelberg, Mark, the under 15s last year. Very, very good player. Watched a little bit of her last season. Scored a few goals. A little bit of a pocket rocket.
Just overlaying the ball there. It was GURR for South Melbourne. Now called to take the throw. HARACTSIS, who's taken the last touch, came off a call to player. Just putting the hand up kind of basketball style there was Julie Cartwright saying, yes, it was me. Almost at the hour mark here at ABD Stadium. Calder United 2, South Melbourne 0. PS4 NPL Grand Final for the under-18s here in Victoria. Healthy crowd in here at Hume in the north of Melbourne. And I can tell you it's warmed up a little bit since the start of the game, I think.
It is Rob Gel, well done.
Rob Gel.
Yeah, Jane Bell.
Rob Gel might have passed on, but
he's still one of the best.
Might research that if we have time later. South Melbourne try to scramble here, but defence realises, although, tell you what, there was an attack coming there from HERRERA.
Raquel is just everywhere at the moment, isn't she?
DERALAS. Habton inside. She goes for it. Calls for handball. DERALAS goes down. A little bit of a connection there with Victoria ARGYROPOULOS. I'll tell you what, anytime you see those hands go up, you reckon it's actually a foul. Not too many times people put their hands up when they're actually not guilty. Cleared away now by KARATZIKOS. You can see it's quite a firm pitch. A lot of rain, or quite a bit of rain in Melbourne yesterday. Again, I'm talking about the weather, but you can see that ball does bounce and bobble around or bubble around a bit. South Melbourne look to clear the lines. Only as far as HABTOM. Went back inside there looking for HERRERA. There was nothing doing. I'm not sure if that was a fan or one of the coaches. That was HERRERA some advice.
That was Ian's voice.
There we go, the gaffer.
Yep. A couple of senior players again still coming in. Melina Ayres, Annabelle Martin ready for the game. 5 o'clock kickoff.
Absolutely, that one you can see live. I'm not sure why I'm saying this because no one's ever going to hear it.
Sun's just come out again. It's beautiful.
It has. Thanks, Rob.
South on attack.
South on attack. For the hopeless. Bit of a hit and hope there. They're certainly ambitious. A friend of mine who played under Charlie Yankos, who I won't mention his name and embarrass him, but he, after taking a shot from about 40 yards out in an NSL game, he's asked, how many times have you scored a goal from 40 yards out? And he said, never. He said, exactly. Here they come. Across the face of goal. Just diving. KARATZIKOS probably didn't read it that well because it was well off target.
Hayley MESITI down there, that wing looking lively.
Certainly lively in that first half. Haven't seen too much in the second half as yet. Did well there. Goal kick coming direct out here.
There's that
on the grandstand side. Harrington, don't want that anywhere near me. Headed away out of danger. VLAHOPOULOS just giving South Melbourne something to think about there. Throw in comes. Cleared away. Calder United. HABTOM gives chase. ARGYROPOULOS will get there first though. Back to KARATZIKOS. Through the middle. And now an outlet down the right, but that opportunity is probably gone. For VLAHOPOULOS. Just heads on. Flag stays down. Rightly so. PARACKI. What can PARACKI do? She goes again into the box. Being tracked well. PARACKI. And maybe just got sucked into the shot there. Good tracking back there by EICKE.
Yeah, Alicia EICKE, that's a great trait that she has. Able to sort of use her body to shield off a player, especially in those one-on-one situations. Then puts in a late challenge, which is great.
That one chested down well for Calder United by BURN. BURN again. In fact, that was LORCA. Swing and a miss. And a shot well wide of the target there coming from Irene PARACKI.
A couple of little attacks from South in the last couple of minutes.
Absolutely. They've certainly been more lively here in the second half. They still trail though, 2-0. Just under half an hour plus stoppage time to play. South Melbourne, they come again. Calder United doesn't need to be cool here. Jenna IBRAHIM was. Little touch on there from Calder United's Alana BURN. Now comes HERRERA. In fact, this is going to be MESITI attacking down the right. MESITI into the 18-yard box, squares it up. Ooh, just a first touch. Not too confident there, but in the end, it's all good for HARACTSIKOS. coming. It's heading off the pitch momentarily. Julia Cartwright.
It's Ellie coming back on, the one who hurt her ankle in the first 20 minutes or so.
There we go. We did see that. Ellie TALEVSKI had that ankle problem not too long ago. Fell foul in a tackle in that first half, but looks like she's moving fine now.
Magic spray, mate.
DERALAS dispossessed. One of the few times she has been today. And skipping over the ball is BURN. DERALAS lays it off. And that is, well, that might go back to my Chaldiankos comment. I'm not sure how many goals Alana BURN has scored from out there. I dare say it's not many. And this is where Calder have to be careful. I mean, there's no need to panic. There's no need for that sort of stuff. It's really just time to hold on to the ball, maintain possession, milk as much time off that clock as you can.
We spoke about that in the change room. Ian spoke about that, just being composed in the second half. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Make sure you just do things safe and do things properly. That was the message that was given. Playing complacent, I bet.
Mass substitutions now coming for South Melbourne. That's the whole point. I mean, yeah, it's a comfortable buffer. Dominated the first half. Maybe broken even here in the second, but all it takes is for South Melbourne to score a goal, and it puts the pressure well and truly back on. Maybe puts a bit of life into this crowd as well. Although it's been a bit lively in this second half. It was a hush in the first after those 2 opening goals. Here come Calder again.
Sully
through the middle. HABTOM's got some space. HABTOM again. Just up to the left of the goal. And again, that South Melbourne defence is just giving the space to the Caldiana players. Just need to attack, close down the players. And really, maybe coulda, woulda, and shoulda done better there, HABTOM. Didn't have a lot of space to work in, but again, those South Melbourne defenders just took that little step back for half a second. But they make the same mistake again here. Just tracking back for South here is ARGYROPOULOS.
She's done well then, Vicky, from South Melbourne. Done really well.
And ARGYROPOULOS actually wins the throw. So
I'm not going to try those surnames, Mark.
ARGYROPOULOS?
Yeah, you do a good job at it.
Very
I'm not going to try.
That was a little bit clever by BURN. Now some space for Calder United, just skipping over the top. TALEVSKI, wide of the goal again. And TALEVSKI had a bit of space there, and again, maybe just needs to be a little bit more composed in that situation. And all of a sudden, Alexia KARATZIKOS is having a lot of work to do here in the second half after South Melbourne were probably on top. Here she is again for that opening 10 minutes or so. Now 12 or 13 minutes into the second half. Trapped down well there by BURN.
A bit more than that, I think. Maybe
so my maths might be out of whack there.
Yeah, that's
obviously all right. I don't want to go home early. 22 minutes in, that makes a bit more sense because it was probably South Melbourne in the opening 10 and maybe Calder United have broken even or better in the last 10 or so minutes. And of course, there is only 23 to play. So South Melbourne want to make their move, their first move. Giuliano, again, just too clever by half, trying to use the outside of the boot there. But Alana Giuliano. Long ball through. There's really nothing there for Calder United. Should be textbook stuff here for KARATZIKOS. Goes long again, but just doesn't really hit a target. And if you're going to go for those long goal kicks, you've really got to spot whether it's your left, one of your fullbacks, one of your midfielders, one of your strikers. What other positions can I go through?
Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper? Well, no, she's the goalkeeper. Can't find herself.
Ian's getting a little bit aggro over there on that touchline.
Getting agitated. He shouldn't be. He's up 2-0, and he really wants to put this to sleep. We'd love to see a third goal. South Melbourne, a rare attack in the last 10 minutes into their own third. Couple of touches there for PARACKI. work inside there for Anastasio. Been solid today for Calder. Herrera. Here she is again. All over the top, although it had too much mustard on it for MESITI. Been lurking down that right-hand side all day for Calder. Just absolutely dispossessed there, South Melbourne.
Not a good option there, Alana. Alana BURN.
Alana BURN going long. There's nothing really at home but a couple of white shirts. He's coming long is BURN again. This time it's a better option as far as Herrera. That was TALEVSKI initially. DERALAS. Just put her in her seat. Ball through and oh, just off the side of the goal there. In fact, it hit the side netting and there was a collision inside the 18-yard box. Referee wants to check it out. There's a call to play her down. Work out who is in a second. She's in a little bit of a bad way.
Hailee MESITI.
Hailee MESITI out on the right-hand side there.
Probably would be down if the goal, if the ball had gone in the net.
Getting a certain look every time I bark like a dog in commentary here. DERALAS nods down. Player goes down in the 18-yard box there. No real shouts for a penalty. It's actually Alicia Herrera. And she stays down as well. So nothing too innocuous in this from South Melbourne, but a couple of Calder United players becoming casualties at the moment. She's back on her feet, stumbling around. She'll be able to jog it off by the look of it.
Running the clock down, I reckon. In a few seconds.
She does look genuinely. She's done a mischief. Habton just got on a dime at the moment. Goes inside, but it's going to run over the line again for a goal kick for KARATZIKOS in South Melbourne. Under 20 to play here. And that's not a great goal kick from KARATZIKOS. Habton nearly gets there first. And then it's Lauren Boyd. KARATZIKOS. That one's a bit better. So at least it's a one-on-one. Chipped over the top there by PARACKI.
4v2 here.
Here they come, 4v2. Although it's now 4v3 because South Melbourne just taking too long there via Brigger. Just needed to put the jets on, or at least put the ball through. Another thing Johan Cruyff taught us, the ball can move faster than you. Pretty simple philosophy. PARACKI down the left. PARACKI again does well. He's got a couple of players central. It's almost a 2v1. Didn't quite clear the lines there to NUCCI. She does eventually. Now through the middle of the park. Didn't get there first. It is South Melbourne.
Calder look a little bit scattered at the moment.
They do. They're being pulled out of their shape a little bit. Now VLAHOPOULOS. She wants to do the 1-2. Bit of a wall pass type kind of setup there with FORTE-ODDO.
I think their second or third corner for the day. South played it quick.
Too many for South Melbourne. Have taken the short one. VLAHOPOULOS. Ooh, for half a second we thought it might have been in. Just dipped at the last second, giving Jenna IBRAHIM ultimately a textbook save in the goal. Throw to come now for Caitlin O'Brien. She might get another one here, just a little bit further down the line. So one more game to come today here at ABD Stadium, the big one. The Senior Women's PS4 NPL Grand Final. HABTOM has looked dangerous at times today. Coming back is Giuliano. Giuliano does well to win it. Sends it down the line. Intercepted ultimately though by BURN. And shut down again by South. Well, it's one of those situations now with just over a quarter hour to play. Another goal for Calder. And you've pretty much put the game to sleep. South can peg one back. It's game on. That's not me, I promise. That's EICKE, one of the goal scorers here today, sending across, scoring in a goalmouth scramble back in the 36th minute of the game.
Yeah, spot on, mate. I think this next 2 or 3 minutes is crucial for South if they want to get themselves back into the game.
It's almost a mental thing too, isn't it? Once you get in that last 10 minutes and you haven't scored, you kind of go, oh. That little bit of belief that's still in your ticker kind of just dissipates.
Yeah, exactly.
And VLAHOPOULOS get there first. She can. That ball was ambitious. Come all the way back again for IBRAHIM. Doing well in Calder United. Via HERRERA. Well, she couldn't quite follow up her good work there. Little chip over the top coming from ANASTASSIOU. Exactly a quarter hour plus stoppage time. No goals in this second half, and of course we don't really stop too long for subs given the situation, so you wouldn't expect a mountain of stoppage time. No real injuries to speak of. There was one, of course, for Calder United, but again, that one was sorted out pretty quickly.
Done and dusted pretty quick, yep. This might be the last hope here for South. A couple of changes, maybe some fresh legs.
So 3 have come on. Is a unique part of the women's game here in Victoria. You have the unlimited subs. Cheeky little chip through. Doesn't quite work. Now HERRERA can't control it. Just causing some angst there is BURN. BURN for Calder, but causing South Melbourne the angst. Quick feet there from LASZCZAK. LASZCZAK again. Sends one out wide. Now she's off her line here. Jenna IBRAHIM. How quickly can Blissett get to the ball? Not quickly enough, it would seem. And Calder United fans love the defensive efforts there. Coming in the form of Sarah DiNucci. Tracking back well too was Sarah LORCA. Habton, header over, wanted HERRERA, didn't quite get her. DERALAS got a touch but lost it. This will be a South Melbourne throw now. Habton stepped over it, lost possession. Good effort there by HERRERA. Will ultimately be a throw here for Victoria ARGYROPOULOS. HERRERA just gave them something to think about, and there's about 3 new subs coming on for Calder United. And I assume these are obviously timed because we obviously don't have the subs board. We can't put up 3 subs boards at a time.
Yeah,
and obviously know when they're supposed to be coming off.
Yeah, and from Ian's and under 18's team perspective, this is a routine change that we usually do about this time. Get some fresh legs on it, as we said before, a crucial time of the game to try and either lock it out or pinch one at the end with a little bit of run. But this will be a solid block that probably shouldn't break down. With Ashlyn coming on, and she's a pretty good girl to keep the game closed.
Coming down the line, Ashlyn Giordano's the player you speak of there. That was Sarah LORCA running the ball down. DiNucci will take the throw. In fact, no, it's a South Melbourne throw. Going to be taken here by Blissett. Goes short, Giuliano. Giuliano just doesn't stay strong in that tackle. Dispossessed in the end by Sarah LORCA. And it's been a pretty disjointed second half, you've got to say, from both sides. Certainly Calder United looked the goods in the first half. South Melbourne on the back foot, struggling to get in their own final third. Certainly been a more even second half, end-to-end sort of stuff, but neither team really getting into any rhythm, although DERALAS is trying to here for Calder United. Seen through there by Victoria ARGYROPOULOS chasing this one down. Caitlin O'Brien. Now they attack through the middle. That was Giordano.
Charlotte NEMTSAS girl come on the right hand side. Travels a fair distance. I think she might come from Mildura or Echuca.
What, Bendigo or Ballarat?
No, not one of them. One of the two that I said, not the.
You've got to say, it's a massive commitment for the country boys and girls to sort of come down and play for the Melbourne-based clubs. I mean, it's a massive, especially if it's Mildura.
It's a good effort. It's something that we're pretty proud of, to have these girls wanting to come and play at Calder. Having a home for them, I guess, play at the highest level.
DENUCCI had to be quick there. She was. Comes out wide. MESITI finds herself on the opposite side of the pitch right now. Can she get the ball through? DENUCCI, she can't. See some of the Galaxy fans just filing in now. Speaking of people who've made a trek. Just going flat on her face there. Sarah LORCA just trying to be helped to her feet by her teammates. 10 minutes to play. BURN sends it long, but only as far as Lexi Anastasio, although she ends up conceding the ball here to Alicia Britton. It's probably just a little bit too far out to be considered dangerous. In fact, Britton just seeing a yellow card there too. I'm going to say the 2 yellow cards, was it Britton or?
Nah, that was Lexi Anastasio, I think, from South Melbourne that got that one.
There we go.
Alana will probably have a shot from here. This is about her range. Again, if she gets on it well, Alana Burn, she'll give
I thought it's just a little bit too far out.
Well, I actually think it might hit.
Not having any knowledge of the player.
I think it might hit the ABD group sign, I think.
Watch out if your car's parked behind the goals, or it's not. A short chip through. Oh, little flick on there from EICKE, looking for a brace. Got a wry smile on her face after that one. It might not have scored, but what it does is take another 30, 40 seconds off the clock. KARATZIKOS is onto it. Just takes the goal kick quickly. Still tacked down the left flank. Calder United, they're in again here. DERALAS also looking for a brace.
She's going to have a hit here.
Just winding up, straight in the arms, KARATZIKOS does very well. Just parried it back to herself, although it was probably a little bit too eager with the goal kick, and this is the panic we spoke about that sets in when you're in the last 10 minutes of the game and you're chasing the game. KARATZIKOS, not a great clearance. DERALAS, Calder United, they've got some space and time here. They still have some space and time. Will it be flicked through? And it's a goal. And Hailee MESITI. Oh no, the flag is up on the far side, and I've got to say, I was looking at DENUCCI, wondering what she had her head in her hands about. More subs coming up now for South Melbourne, and Hailee MESITI almost put this one to sleep.
If anything, if the pass has had anything to do, if it goes by the pass, she probably was offside, Hailee MESITI, because she's one that doesn't look around usually, but she sometimes gets herself into good positions, but I back it probably was offside.
Some fog here in a Richmond scarf. Go home, mate. Another chance here. Britton. DERALAS.
Tackled her own player.
A handball just inside. And I tell you what, they're at 6s and 7s now, South Melbourne, just conceding this free kick inside the D. Another massive opportunity for Calder United to put this one beyond doubt.
I'd prefer, I mean, looking at this, Alana's probably the right person to hit it, but she just overhits sometimes. You know, someone like a Raquel, DERALAS, Caitlin O'Brien will probably be better suited from this range. But
I love that the South Melbourne wall, as soon as the ref turned, gave themselves an extra metre back.
Beautiful.
Anyway, Alana Burn. She winds up, takes the deflection off the wall, goes out. Will it be a goal kick or a corner? It's a corner. And again, Calder United will be in absolutely no hurry. In fact, they actually are.
This is the most she's moved for a corner. There's 5 minutes left.
Making a fool of me, Alana Burn. I
There's
usually like doing that myself.
There's another Richmond scarf.
No, it's the same guy.
Oh, same one.
Yeah.
This might go directly in from here.
Now Burn had a good crack from the top of the D a second ago. Bounces off. Might have even come off the post there. KARATZIKOS didn't really have too much of a control over it. Out the left-hand side. Throw coming now the way of Calder through O'Brien. Here's O'Brien again. Mark Avellino just standing right in front of me. Not long to go in this one. It's now or never for South Melbourne. And on the balance of this second half, you'd say it might be never. Chested down there by Britten. Seen through by Burn. Off the back there of NEMTSAS. And now she's unlocked here. Ali Teleski. Flag goes up again. And frustratingly, that goes in the back of the net for Calder United.
This might be, no.
DeNucci out left, connects with MESITI. So MESITI's gone from right to left. Bit of a tactical change for Calder United.
Bang.
Now Blissett.
A little bit of biffo.
Ball through. In fact, there is a bit of biffo here in back play. Not sure our cameraman's picking it up. He's probably got the and right off her line here. Here's Alexia KARATZIKOS. And the people involved there, I can tell you, were ARGYROPOULOS and FORTE-ODDO. Sorry, FORTE-ODDO, apologies.
And Hailee MESITI and Raquel.
Hailee MESITI and Raquel. So, with 3 minutes and change to play here, it's starting to get a little bit nasty. Push over the back, DERALAS does well. Out wide, MESITI, was she offside? She was. MESITI just needs to keep her wits about her here. If she just had have pulled her run back a bit, she still would have been able to get on the end of that ball and likely put the Jets on and go one-on-one with KARATZIKOS. The referee didn't like what she saw there. And I reckon a card might come out, or is it just going to be a chat?
Oh, I don't know if it was a card because she was just actually just walking back.
Yeah,
got hit in the back of the scone.
The old falcon in the back of the head, always better than the front of the head. Good header down there. Now DERALAS, good ball through. KARATZIKOS off her line, does well.
Does she pick that up outside there, you think?
No? Maybe by an inch or so. It's Lisa Britten did well, and DERALAS is getting amongst it here in the final minutes of the game. I can tell you that much. Now DeNucci. It's a 1-2 of sorts.
Got to be
ploughing in the back there, you would have thought. VLAHOPOULOS, small in stature, but doesn't mind throwing what little weight she's got around. And that one's going to run way too long there for Burn. KARATZIKOS, she wasn't mucking around, came off her line again. Saw it out, throw coming for Calder United. Dying minutes of this PS4 NPL Under-18s Women's Grand Final. Long one, needed to do better there, Singleton really. KARATZIKOS again flirting with that 18-yard line. Headed down here by EICKE. And just a touch way too heavy there from Eva Harrington. And we talk about now or never. Well, South Melbourne will need an absolute miracle from here. Can they get it down the left here?
There's
some space here for Jarvis.
3v2.
Jarvis can square it up. And they do get one back. No, they don't. Or do they?
No.
Off the crossbar. And just flirting with danger there. Calder United. But their fans are wrapped with what they saw in the end. 30 seconds away from the 90 minutes. And now Calder come back the other way. Hailee MESITI. She's going to put on the left peg, is she? No, pulled it back. She wanted the right. Seen out in the end there by ARGYROPOULOS. And that will do it, you would have thought. Corner to come for Calder United.
Now Alana's walking over. Now she's taking it.
Alana Byrne taking her sweet time to take this one. It'll be a sweet time in a few moments for Calder United. After struggling throughout the regular season against South Melbourne, it'll be 2 wins in a row. There goes the whistle, and that is full time. And Calder United are crowned champions of the PS4 National Premier League here in Victoria. In the under-18 women's, players coming from all corners of the globe to get around it. South Melbourne players crash to their feet. It was Raquel DERALAS scoring in the 19th minute. EICKE doubling the advantage in the 36th. No goals in the second half. South nearly making it interesting right at the death. But ultimately, Calder United, the champions of the PS4 NPL under-18 women for 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, that marks full time in this year's PlayStation 4 NPL Under-18 Girls Grand Final. Today's winner, Calder United, 2-0 winners over South Melbourne.
Sarah, if you want to stay standing and collect your trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions for 2017 Under-18's PS4 NPL Big Girls, Calder United!
Step on the side, please, if you don't mind. Hello again.